What is up, everyone? Brian with you from the Game Common, and we are doing our AI-only championship series. Welcome to the official first episode of the AI-only championship series. Today, we're going to be discovering which of the two Teddy civs will be making it into the actual AI-only championship series. If you missed the last episode, we kind of explained that there's technically 58 leaders slash civilizations in the game, and that's just not a really easily divisible number. Like the only numbers that are divisible by 58 or that divide into 58 are 29 and 2. And we didn't really want to do have 29 groups of 2. So because of that, we decided we needed to eliminate 2, and the easiest 2 to eliminate was going to be one of the Teddy civs and one of the France civs. Basically one of the personalities, since the civs are actually identical. So we currently only have additional content mods. All we have on right now is the better balanced start and the better spectator mod. Now, what we're planning on doing is 3 really quick games here against the two Teddies, and we're just going to see who ends up winning, like who has the best score after all 3 games, and then that one is going to be the winner. So we want to come down here, and first things first, we're going to want to go duplicate leaders, duplicate civs, turn those off. So we're going to want to have Teddy Bull Moose, and we're going to have Teddy, he's all the way at the bottom, Rough Rider. So we're going to have these two compete against each other. The biggest difference is on Teddy Bull Moose, breathtaking tiles adjacent to either a natural wonder or mountain get +2 science, and then wonder and woods get 2 culture. All tiles in the city with the national park gain 1 appeal, where Rough Rider gets +5 combat strength on their home continent. Envoys sent to city states. You have a trader out with count as 2 envoys. So clearly Rough Rider sounds like he's going to be a better civ just to begin with, but you know, who knows. Now the question is, what game modes are we going to actually play with? Normally I play with them all on. We might just want to keep them all off for this AI only series. Honestly, I'm kind of looking to the comments for that one, specifically from the first episode. We'll see what people say on that. I might leave them off though. We last time did use them all. Some people absolutely hate them. Oh, you know what? We generally did the apocalypse mode one just because that one brought some entertainment when the game got late. Now, obviously, some people got screwed over by the RNG, but ultimately it kind of made the game a little more fun. Because without the apocalypse mode, what ended up happening is after like 100 turns, it was like, all right, we know who's in first place, we know who's in second place. And it was kind of like, eh. Now, Dramatic Ages, I'm trying to remember where we ended up on that one. Actually, I'm going to turn on Heroes and Legends as well. I'll turn on Secret Societies, and we'll tech and shuffle mode. That doesn't really change much. Barbarian clans, same thing with the zombie defense mode. I think the AI is just going to be really bad with both of those. Same thing with the monopolies. You know, we could turn on monopolies. Let's see how that one works out. The thing with the dramatic age mode is, like, literally we could just see civs just get completely eliminated and not due to any fault of their own. So I think we'll maybe leave that one off for now. But I'm no promises. We might turn that one back on at some point. So, by the way, get rid of all the other civs. We don't want those there. We're going to leave everything standard, but I don't want continents. I wanted the dual map. Is it called dual? Let's see, detailed continents, no. I know there's the 4 one. Mirror map. Yeah, I think it's the mirror, right? That's the one. Okay, we'll do mirror map then. Congratulations. So it has spots for 4, but there's only going to be 2 players. So we'll see. I mean, honestly, this is actually like a RTS. Like this is Age of Empires kind of thing or a StarCraft kind of thing where they have a couple extra spots. We can actually bump it up to deity because the AI is horrible. But we are going to go on online game speed. Basically, both of these are late game civs. So having a quicker game speed is going to actually work out better because they're going to be able to get to the end of the game a little bit quicker. So as for victory conditions, we will do a custom timer, because what's going to end up happening is 99% of the time, you know, we're not going to have like one person kill the other person. So we're just going to do a time limit here. And let's go 225. Nah, since we're doing 3 games, let's do 175. We got to do it 3 times. This might be a bit of a longer episode, but we'll try 175. We might, if this goes too long, France, we might do it a little bit quicker. But anyways, let's go ahead and launch this in. And what we'll probably do is when we hit to the end of the 175, we got to write down the scores. And then at that point, I need pen and paper, man. This is going to be a problem. After we write down the scores, we'll probably just end up hitting reload and then let them compete against each other 2 more times, and we'll see where we end up there. Hopefully this isn't going to take freaking forever to load. But actually, you know what? Oh, we're Gilgi. That's fine. That's fine. Actually, this won't take too long. So, I was going to pause it and go grab some paper, but yeah, I think it'll be fine. So if I had to pick one of these two Teddies, I would definitely assume that Rough Rider Teddy is going to go crazy and actually win. Although I have to say, I think Rough Rider Teddy in the last AI only series didn't make it out of the group stage, but Bull Moose did. So we'll see which one turns out to be better. Now, we do have this issue here where we get the poppage here. I'm trying to remember. I thought Reveal All actually fixed that. It did. Although people have said that, like, since we have alliances, they might actually now know where each other are, which in the scheme of things, it's a 1v1. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So anyways, we got Bull Moose Teddy, right? Yeah, Bull Moose Teddy spawned down here in the bottom right. Unfortunately, he didn't actually spawn next to any natural wonders. Huh. He has a couple mountains, but not nearly as many as you would like to see. Rough Rider Teddy's up in the northwest. I have to say, this is definitely not a 4-player mirror map, because if it is, it's kind of horrible. Yeah, let's see. We have Ashan and Fez in the game, and we have Venice and Woolen in the game. I think Ashan is one of the better ones, right? I'm trying to remember your suzerain. Your Great Work one. So that actually could come in handy here for Bull Moose. Now, are there 2 religions? Actually can't even look at religions here. I would assume that there's, I assume both of these guys can actually pop out religions. Also, by the way, that's a really early solar flare, which is interesting. Did it kill anyone? I wonder. Event history, solar flare, Pacific Ocean. It didn't kill anyone, so not that big of a deal then. If it killed some pop, that would be really intriguing here. So, anyways, we were talking about religion because one of the biggest differences when you're talking about the score between the 2 civs, which is how we're going to determine things, is like if one player has a religion and the other doesn't, that tends to really make a huge difference in point total. I don't feel like these scores are necessarily like, this isn't necessarily the most balanced scoring in the world, but doing anything ourselves tends to be a little bit difficult. You know, I wonder if there's a mod out there that actually changed the scoring. I probably should look for that. So anyways, off to the get-go though, you can see that Bull Moose Teddy is in the current lead. He does have a wonder though, and that might be part of what's happening here. Let's see. He has 2 wonders. You get 15 per wonder, where other Teddy only has 1. Both currently have 4 cities. There's not really a whole lot going on because they're pretty far away from each other. I mean, this is a tiny map, so they're probably not going to see each other for quite some time. Now, we got to recognize that they are doing some really, really early game. So we're not entirely sure where they're at in the tech tree. Also, was there no way for us to look at the tech tree? Oh yeah, we can. I forgot with the mod, we can actually click. So that doesn't then actually reveal everything for them. But then that way we can actually look and see where they're at in the tech. Wait a second. You used to be able to see where they're at in the tech. Oh, interesting. Huh. All right, that's different then. Yeah, you used to be able to see what techs they had done. Interesting. You can see what policies they have now. You can see what they're currently researching. But unfortunately, that doesn't help us if we don't see where they're at. So that's awkward. We might want to not play with Tech Shuffle on then, just so we can kind of get a better idea where everyone's at. But all right, anyways, is the score up here? Yeah, so Bull Moose Teddy is still, I mean, he's almost 100 points up right now, dude. He's going a little crazy. All right, World Congress. So the thing with World Congress is we really don't want, like, we want to vote opposite of everyone else. Actually, I'm trying to remember, can I do this? I can force skip it. Okay, so my votes theoretically then don't do anything, I guess. We'll see. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities currently for Teddy. Bull Moose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Rough Rider Teddy. Still haven't quite seen each other yet. No one's declared war on a city-state yet. What are our cities here? Washington, Los Angeles, Buffalo, Philly, Cleveland, New York, Boston, Chicago, Cincinnati, and Baltimore. Okay, so we got kind of the Northeast here. Well, we have 3 Northeastern and then 2 Midwestern cities here. And then Eastern, Northeast, Midwest, West, and probably Northeast. So not that really matters. I was just kind of seeing, it'd be intriguing. I kind of feel like one should like name after Western cities and the other should be Eastern. Boston. You gotta say Boston with a Boston accent. Boston. Anyways, so let's see. We can click here, though, in text. So Teddy currently, they're both doing gunpowder. So they're both pretty close when it comes to text. And actually, one of the things we can look at is we can see what they have here. Technology 6254. Rough Rider actually has more tech right now. So if I remember correctly, I think it's you get 2 points per 1 tech. So that means he's got like 30-something tech stun, which actually seems like a lot now that I mentioned that. But anyways, what's kind of crazy is Bull Moose Teddy is just going psychotic with those wonders, 120 to 30. So yeah, he is definitely ticking up right now, man. Are they actually going to get into a war with each other before we get to turn 175? I don't know. So Rough Rider Teddy did end up, or sorry, Bull Moose Teddy ended up going and taking out the barbarian encampment that was up here. We'll have to see too. The barbarians have tended to been a little bit more overpowered. I'm trying to remember if they nerfed the barbarians in one of those last patches. I don't think they did. So it'll be funny watching the AI struggle here with some of the barbarians as well. So let's see. You got the Itza, the Chichen. You have the Great Lighthouse. You still have the Apadana. You have the Oracle. You have the Great Library. Oh my gosh, you have the Petra. Or that's not the Petra. Sorry, that's Jebel and the pyramids. No Petra. Sorry. Don't say the P word, Brian, unless you actually mean it. And then let's see. What do you have for wonders? You have the Zeus. Sorry, not Artemis. And that's about it. Bull Moose Teddy, man. Bull Moose Teddy. Dude, what the heck? He's almost 300 points up. Okay, my God, dude. What is going on here? So he is a slight lead in civics. All right, the game's paused. Slight lead in civics. He's got about 40 more points in the Empire. So the Civic, I think, is the same way. It's just like double whatever you have. Like, I think it's 2 points per Civic. Empire is based on the number of tiles you have. And then I'm trying to remember if there was something else that gave you more Empire score. I think it's double. I think it's however many tiles you have times 2, if I recall correctly. But anyways, that's part of the reason, for example, that Russia tends to be so good in the game is because they get the bonus tiles, so they tend to have a really high Empire score. Great people, I think it's 5 per great person, something along those lines. So you're getting stupid amounts of that. Religion are about equal. Technology are about equal. Both of these civs tend to be a little more, tend to be very focused in tech. So that's also one of the reasons they're really good at war. I think it's really honestly the wonders. The wonders are then giving them more era score, which is then, I don't know, and then they have a bigger empire score. So, and then the great people too as well, which is probably coming from the wonders. So interesting. So here we thought Rough Rider Teddy was going to be a better civ just because he tends to have better units and be better in combat. But who knew that Bull Moose Teddy was going to be so strong just because he was going to focus on wonders? Now, the question is, can Rough Rider Teddy kill him? Well, let's look at military strength right now. Rough Rider Teddy does have a lot more. Are they friendly with each other? No, they hate each other. Okay. So Rough Rider Teddy does have a stronger army. So we'll see. Now, you think one of them will be able to win the game? There's actually a chance that they might end the game ahead of time. Which if they end the game, like let's say they end the game at like turn 150 or something like that, then we'll probably just set the remaining games to 150 turns. I can't imagine they're going to end the game in that quickly, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what everyone's doing tech-wise. They're shooting off freaking rocketry. Okay, this game might be over then. Wow. You still got to shoot off, 4 rockets or 5 rockets? And the AI tends to not really speed them up that much. So, yeah, but it's actually kind of hilarious how quickly they're doing it. What's the score difference now? 983 to 559. Oh my gosh. Like what's crazy about this is we're talking best of 3 and you don't really want to start off by being 300 points behind in the first one. That's kind of bad. You also have a victory score in 46 turns, which is actually quicker as well. Interesting. Diplomacy. Yeah, the AI tends to vote for us, which is kind of stupid. Okay. Bull Moose Teddy or Rough Rider Teddy is actually shooting off rockets first. Now we probably should give bonus points. So if Rough Rider ends up winning this, like one of the win conditions, we probably should give bonus points to them. What would be fair? Maybe like a third of their score or something along those lines. I don't know. All right, we finally have our first war here. It took 114 turns, but you know, here we go. Rough Rider is invading with the Cav. Still got a knight. Let's see, line infantry. I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute. Line infantry, what are you compared? Like, what's your strength here? Line infantry are 65, so they're going to hold up just fine against the cav. However, the twins will be nice, especially if they can take a unit or two. Right now, it looks like Bull Moose Teddy's going to be okay. I mean, he's got walls up. Probably has steel at this point. Yeah, he has steel at this point. So once steel goes up, it's really hard for the AI to end up winning any battles unless they get like some really good heroes or death robots. So one of the two. Great general points there for Bull Moose. Yeah, I don't think Bull Moose is going to be able to be stopped. It's really going to come down to whether or not someone's going to win the game before the end of the game. And actually, at this point, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. All right, so now it's almost a 500-point difference. Dude, he's got to do something big here. Yeah, Rough Rider. Man, this is going to be a hard game, like, for Rough Rider to catch up. Rough Rider's going to have to do some pretty crazy stuff. Now, we might not even run a third one, to be honest, depending on how this ends up. Just because, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. We might also, I'm also thinking we might end up doing an extra day on this. Maybe we'll do the first two group stages here with the Teddies. And then day 2, we'll do the third group with Teddy and the first with France. And then the last day we do the 2 with France. Because I don't think we're going to fit 3 groups in. Unless we severely restrict the time or reduce the timer. But I think this feels like a pretty nice time. Especially with the online game speed. Yeah, it's kind of moving pretty quick. Pretty nice. The only downside is it does make the AI a lot more defensible pretty early on because they can get steel pretty quickly. But they also should be able to get death robots here pretty quick as well. I mean, Teddy's going to finish the tech tree here. How goes the rockets? So Bull Moose now has 2 rockets, or at least is about to get 2 rockets. So he did catch up when it comes to that standpoint. The funny thing is no one's going to be able to ever win a diplomacy victory in online game speed. I'm now realizing that's actually kind of hilarious. What are the wonder comparisons? So 285 to 75. That's over a 200-point difference. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's not the only thing that's separating the two, but, you know, that's a 400-point swing. So he'd be at 900, he'd be at 1,000. That basically would almost put them equal. So, yeah. I kind of feel like Bull Moose has more cities as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 cities there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, Rough Rider has one more city. And I think it's partly because of these aggressive city placements. The funny thing about having these 2 civs against each other, it's like, wait, was that your city to begin with, or did it, what? Never going to be able to figure that out, man. Although there's no duplicates of city names. Yeah, I kind of thought they would, I guess if a Houston already existed, they wouldn't put a Houston down. Interesting. So that means, depending on how many cities get thrown out, we might see some non-American cities, just some neutralized cities, neutral city names, which I'm trying to remember. If I recall correctly, if there was no proper city name, I think they started throwing out American city names, right? I think is how the Civ 6 worked, which obviously, if you have no more American city names, then at that point, where would you go? Britain, maybe? Probably British. Probably. My assumption is just because, like, the American audience is probably the largest. I would have to assume so. At least out of any specific country. You know, if you go Europe in general, sure. But sure. It would actually be cool if they just did, like, European city list. You know, so you get, like, from every different city. So, all right. Modern armor also has potential to break through steel. It does, but you're probably going to need an army. A single modern armor probably not going to be able to do it, especially when you have an AT crew that is a core and is about to hunt you. Yeah, that's going to do some damage. How are we looking here? Still about 500 points, only 2 rockets, and still 63 turns. So pretty sure it's going to be a score victory at this point. Okay. What else is going on? We got some barbarians up to the north. There's still a lot of terrain, man. Yeah, there's still a whole lot of terrain. The funny thing is we have, like, no boats. I don't know anyone's built a single naval unit yet. Yeah, we hadn't gotten a single naval unit, which is kind of hilarious. Not really that big of a deal. I wonder how many wonders are still left. 315 to 90. I should be able to, like, I should at this point know what the total number of wonder score potential is, because it will be a set number, because there's only so many wonders in the game. I imagine, though, there's probably still some of the obscure ones that require, like, very specific conditions. I'm trying to think, like, Ruhr Valley. Have we seen Ruhr Valley? I mean, that one the AI usually builds, but, you know, that's one of the ones that has a little more of a strict condition. Also, too, like, the coastal ones, like the production one that's on the coast. I'm trying to think the name of it. Also, planes popping out. That is interesting. I wonder if the AI is going to use bombers at all. Oh, crap. All right. He won a diplomatic victory. Oh, maybe you don't need as many points when there's only 2 players? I'll bet that's what happened. You probably don't need as many. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the problem is we need to know what the score was. So, we're going to have to go main menu here. And we're going to have to probably load in the 2 turns before the last turn. So we're going to have to autosave, load in the score, and then I'm going to have to write it down really quickly. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best option. So they won in turn 152. So we'll probably do 152 turns then in the future. Probably. Just to make it fair. I really want to go 150 because I don't want them to actually win. We could do a slower speed, but I just don't want to like change things up because then it's going to like kind of make this game like the scoring will just be different. So maybe I should just keep it going. And if they win, they win. I think the best is normally I say like something like 500 points, but I think, you know, if you win, I think you get an extra 3rd points. I think that's just like balance, because then that's based on like the score. It's based on the game mode. It's based on like everything that's happened. You know, at that point, I think is probably the best option. So we'll give them an extra bonus 1/3 points. What about half? I think half's too much. I think quarter's probably not enough. I think 1/3 is going to be the best. So, all right, I'm gonna put a quick pause and we're going to write down the scores and we'll be right back. Okay, so I actually had a stroke of genius. So I decided instead of trying to figure out what the score was when Bull Moose Teddy ended up winning the game, I was like, you know what, let's just do 150 turns. And so I loaded into turn 149 and then actually grabbed their score at turn 150, which then I think works because then no one gets bonus points, and I highly doubt anyone else is going to be able to win by 150, but we'll see. So anyways, Bull Moose Teddy ended up with 1408 and Rough Rider Teddy ended up at 908. So actually a 500 point difference to begin with, which is pretty big. I mean, depending on how this ends up working out, you know, if like, you know, Bull Moose ends up with like a 400 point lead or something like that, or sorry, a 1400 point lead, we might not even run the 3rd one on camera. I might just like run it off camera or something, just because like I don't think he would be able to catch up, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So a couple things: turn off the duplicate stuff. We want custom, and we're gonna do 151. Then we also want to come here and we want to go ahead and do mirror map again, please. We're going to go back to deity. Let's make sure we do online game speed, turn off the 3rd player. And then we did apocalypse mode. We did dramatic ages. We didn't do dramatic ages. Yeah, there we go. People are like, no. And we're going to leave off tech and shuffle just so we can actually see where everyone's at, or at least we have a better idea. So let's see, 2 players on deity on online speed. I think we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and load into this one. So, I don't know if putting Rough Rider Teddy first really is going to change the game at all. Maybe like he gets like first position or first pick on position. I don't know. I don't think it really is that big of a difference, but you know what? I figured we'll do it too, just so there's like no bias whatsoever. And you know, it'd be funny if actually Rough Rider came out and won this one in the same way that Bull Moose won that last one. But anyways, so 500 point difference. So Rough Rider's actually has a lot of work to do. Oh, interesting. Huh, this is actually probably really bad this is actually a cool map, dude. I love this. It's actually perfect for 6 players here, but this is really bad, I think, for Rough Rider, because he is not going to really have an easy time of like conquering, which I think is his best chance to actually come back would be to do some conquering. So Rough Rider Teddy did spawn in the bottom right. Not really a whole lot down here. He is about to pop out third city though, which is really quick. But then again, so is Bull Moose. And gotta remember, we are playing on high, on high difficulty levels, so they get the free settlers. Also on the high game speed. So I don't think that changes anything for them. City states, let's see. We have money, we have science, we have culture, we have culture. Kumasai being next to America or next to Rough Rider is potentially good because that's free. Oh no, it's just free gold. Okay. I thought that was Mohenjo's the housing one. That's the one I was thinking. Because that would have been really good to have, would be just getting the free. Ooh, he got a relic. That's going to be extra culture and extra faith. But anyways, the extra housing here on the water would have been really, really good. So I kind of feel like Bull Moose here has worse terrain. I think it is identical, but it just seems like he has more snow over here. But anyways, let's see. 4 cities to 4. Yeah, 4 cities to 4. What's the score looking like? Still, Bull Moose is starting to pull ahead. No one has a wonder yet. Is anyone building a wonder? There's no Temple of Artemis going down there. There is now Holy Site under construction, and he got a naval unit. So no Temple of Artemis. He got pyramids, though. So he's going for the pyramids, but no Temple of Artemis. I'm wondering if there's no luxury resource. There are deer. We did just see the deer. They disappeared. I don't think they're actually turned on, are they? Resource icon. Yeah, I don't know why they turned themselves off. There are some deer and some horses here, so he has potential to grab it. Also, the game just freeze? Are you kidding me? The game just froze. Problem with mods. All right, I'm gonna pause. We'll be back in. I'm just gonna reload the autosave. So give me 1 sec. Okay, let's try this again. So loaded the last autosave. So the last turn, whatever it was. Why did the game crash? Who knows? Luckily, okay, so we didn't crash this time. So there's not like some bug that's just gonna continually crash the game, which is nice. So there are actual naval units this time, although it doesn't really look like they're gonna be able to use the naval units that much. Now, naval units here in the bays here is actually kind of intriguing, because you could control the whole inner port, especially if you had like frigates in here. You could really kind of do some exert some zone of control here. I will say the one thing that like I think I kind of miss from humankind that I would be nice to have in this game would be the naval units having a little bit more range on them. The naval units here, I mean, eventually you get 3 tiles, but like really you can't. I mean, you can control these passways, but like if I put a city down here, it's not really going to be too affected. If like I think in humankind most range units have like a 4 range on it, which is kind of crazy. Just puts a lot. I mean, combat in general works a lot differently, so you know maybe it would just be completely unbalanced. But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of range units doing a little bit more range or having a little more range here. But anyways, there is a lot of Bull Moose religion going on. Interesting. So if he wipes out his religion, that would be pretty baller. Yeah, like if he gets the spread in here and just knocks out the remainder, like all his religion. I don't know though. There's a lot of missionaries down here as well. But I mean, essentially that's going to put his religion score at 0, and he's going to be able to get a nice little lead. Now the game is a lot closer, 75 to 45. So, oh yeah, Rough Rider's on top. Oh, so Rough Rider's actually winning. Oh. Wow, not for long though. Yeah, not for long. He's only a 2-point lead now. Let's see, that is a wonder. So he just got an extra 15 points there because he did just finish that wonder. No other wonders popping out over there. Do you have a wonder down here? No, you do not. So he still has the lead. So either he finished his own wonder or something else happened. And there is your statue of Zeus. And he's building another wonder as well. So part of what could be happening here is this could be based on, I can't actually trade with them, but it could be based on, because, you know, sometimes they're like wonder obsessed and something like that. So a wonder obsessed personality is going to be definitely a pretty big advantage on a dual game like this. Once again, RNG can't really affect it. So, you know, if it happens, it happens. We can't even see that it happened, but, you know, we could probably assume that he might have been wonder obsessed last game, just with how crazy it was, how big of a lead he ended up generating. Now it's a 50-point lead for Rough Rider Teddy. interesting. Not really that big of a difference. I mean, the thing is, he's got to make up 500 points over the next 2 games. So he doesn't have to make it all up now, but, you know, you would like to make up at least a little more than 50. You know, it's like going into the last, you know, the final game with your fantasy team, and you're down like, you know, for me, for example, I ended up winning my game. I was down 10 points going into the Monday night game in which I had Eckler, and Eckler ended up scoring like 28 points, and it was like, heck yeah. You know, I would have liked that lead to have been a little under 10, though. I would have liked to have been like 2 or something, or my deficit at least. It would have made that last game a little less stressful. What the heck is going on here? Well then, that is interesting. Okay. Well then, that was not expected. So what we need to do is we need to take the score from that last turn and then once again just give him a 3rd bonus. So then even though he was technically not ahead, he should still end up with more points simply because of he should still end up with more points though because you give him an extra 3rd. So we've had a lot of discussions about this in the past about, you know, what happens, because at times I've not given any bonus points if someone's actually won the game, which doesn't seem fair, especially something like this, because, you know, he might have been in 2nd place. And so him ending up in 2nd place, having won the game seems kind of, you know, detrimental. I just don't like the idea of just giving him a straight 500. So I think looking at the score here, so 656 599, 656 599, 656 to 599, 599, and we're 99% sure that it was Rough Rider that was in 1st place. So unfortunately, this is screwing over our win-loss here with the game, but whatever. So 599 calculator, we're going to divide it by 3, well, or times whatever, 0.33333, doesn't really matter. So that's another 199.6 points. So we'll give him another 200 points. So 599 plus 200 is actually going to be 799. So then for that game, whoopsie, I hit numlock. So for that game, then Bull Moose Teddy got 799 compared to 656, which means 1408 plus, whoopsie, that's not the calculator, Brian. 1408 plus, where's my plus button? Plus 799 is going to put you at 2207. So Bull Moose Teddy is at 2207 right now. And comparing that to 908, that actually is going to really make it hard for Rough Rider to come back. 908 plus 656, 1564, which means he's now 700 points down. So what would be probably ideal then for Rough Rider is he's going to have to win like a science victory at like turn 150. Not even joking. We'll go ahead and run another one then, since that wasn't really that that long. It didn't take that long. So yeah, we can run the 3rd one then in this episode. So we're going to go spectator. We are going to, once again, we'll go back. I should do a random number generator here just to make sure it's even. So random number generator 1 to 2. So we'll go Bull Moose is 1. Okay, so we'll go generate. Bull Moose is 1. That means Rough Rider got it. So congratulations. Once again, don't know if it really makes that big of a difference, but we're going to do it just because. Yeah. Get rid of the duplicate civs. Get rid of that. We'll leave, once again, everything on. We're doing Apocalypse, Hero, Monopoly, Secret Society. And then we are going to do Mirror. Mirror is M right there. Thank you. Then we're going to go deity into online game speed, and then custom. We're going to go 151. And everything's right. Extra civ gone. Mirror, online, deity, 2 civs. Okay, let's go. So 700 point difference, which is essentially half of the points that Bull Moose Teddy ended up gaining on the first one. Although actually it's not exactly 700 now that I look at it. It's closer to 650, I think. 2207 subtracted 1564 is 643. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. I mean, it's doable. It's doable. I highly think that Bull Moose is going to end up moving through. Like, it just seems that way. Like, having won the second game is just hilarious because it just really kind of screwed over his catch up. And the fact that he was actually winning is kind of clutch, man. Like, you got to give it to him. Now, you could argue maybe you should not have any of the other game modes on or any of the victory conditions on, but I don't know, man. That's kind of fun. That's kind of freaking clutch here. These guys are actually pretty close to each other if you consider the fact that this is a world map, or not a flat earth map, so they can actually circumnavigate. We'll have to see if they actually try attacking each other via the water. So yeah, okay, Rough Rider is down in the bottom right. He actually has a lot of mountains over here, which is interesting because Bull Moose would rather have that. Actually, he's got a lot of them as well. Which, does that benefit Bull Moose? Maybe. I mean, the map's probably more ideal for him, but at least Rough Rider's not too far away if he does a naval invasion, although the AI is horrible at naval invasions. It's just never been something the AI has been able to manage. So let's see, early score, we got 63 to 55. So Bull Moose Teddy is currently ahead. Doesn't necessarily mean anything yet. We got a military, we got a money, we got a religious, and we got a cultural. Dude, I can't believe he won a freaking religious victory that quickly. I'm wondering what happened. We probably should, like, I don't know. I almost need to go back and, like, pull a replay out of that and see what the heck happened. Because Rough Rider had a ton of freaking, religious units on the board. So that's where it was like, no, I don't really see this happening. But he had to have converted at least a couple of his cities. He had to be at least dominant. So, and he had like 5 cities. So he had to have converted like 3 of them. So he must have grabbed a couple of apostles and then probably just got some killing done. All right. So we're at 3 via 4. And he's got Arthur too. Interesting. So Rough Rider, you're not really making me feel confident that you're going to be able to make a comeback here. He does have the Atatameki, I think is something like that, and the Great Both. Knocked out 2 of those wonders. Let's see, score-wise, he is currently ahead. 1 wonder over here, which is Artemis. Okay, that's what we kind of figure. Where's the lead coming from? Actually, has a bigger empire score as well. And then, 15 on the wonder is going to help as well. So it's still very, very early. Not even turned 50 yet. And we are on online speed. So I have to remind myself there. What are we currently working on with techs? Actually, military strength. Dude, Rough Rider has no tech or no army. What the heck? Interesting. It's kind of surprising. I wonder why. Also, it looks like he just suzerained Nazca. He did. Which they're cheaper to purchase now with gold. Is he going to do some purchasing? I don't know. He's going for banking. You're going for machinery. Banking and machinery are right here. And then machinery, I thought it was behind it. Yeah, right there. So currently it looks like Rough Rider might have a slight tech advantage. Yeah, actually he's earning about twice the science. I mean, we said he needed to win a scientific victory on turn 150. He is on pace. So if that happens, he's going to need to get so if he got 1,400 points, that would give him another 1,400 divided by 3 would be what? 6, 12, 3, 6, 9, 4, 8, 12. So like 450 points. So 1,400 plus another 450, that might be enough to actually give him the win. I mean, that's kind of where he needs to end up. That's kind of what he's going to need to end up with. He currently has about a 200-point lead. All right. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Everyone who turned off this, turn it back on, man. The game might be back in. We might have a down-to-the-wire victory here. Now, you are currently building university. You're also building a wonder. So it's going to be a little points, and you might be able to catch up a little bit. Having a scientific advantage in the AI-only series tends to be pretty advantageous, just because it's going to give you better units. You're more likely to conquer your neighbors. You're more likely, to get better wonders, although, culture generally gives you more of the wonders. But generally, you're not going to be too far behind in culture if you're high up in tech as well. So let's see, 45 to 90. So he's doubled his wonders right now. And you can kind of see them. It's kind of cool. Like the Atatameki, I've never really gotten a good chance to look at here. The Great Bath, we've never really seen. I've never been able to build either of those wonders because we only play on deity. What was the other new one that I wanted to see? Petra going up, not the Petra, sorry, the potato is going up over there. I'm trying to think, what's the other brand new wonder they just added too? I don't remember. I had it in my brain and then immediately forgot it. You do have Petra locations, and this would not be a bad Petra city. Unfortunately, you put the Jebel there. Although you actually putting the Petra on there wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Why is that getting 2 science, 2 culture? Oh, it's the beauty of it. And then he goes and builds something on top of it, which, you know, sure. What did you build on it? You built a campus on it. Parker's yelling at Emily. Oh, dude, our dog has like the largest personality a dog could probably ever have. Like, she literally will fight with you. Like, no, I want this now. I want my money and I want it now. Like, we'll be sitting there eating food and she'll be just like barking at you like, I want that food. And it's like, no, I've never given you this food anymore. So we're trying to break some of that, you know, obviously, like when we're eating, like, hey, don't bark at me. Especially like trying to get her to do more of her roos because they're a little quieter. But anyways, whole nother story here. So let's see, city-wise, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over here we got 3, 4, 5. Interesting, 6. So if you wonder why I count cities, because that's usually a good determiner of where you're at in the game. More cities means you're going to have more production, means you're going to have more science, means you're going to be making more money. Generally, you're going to have a higher score. Generally. And oh my gosh, dude, he's got about a 400-point lead. What the heck, dude? Rough Rider. I'm kind of more disappointed with Bull Moose. Like, what happened? He had a huge army. He has a terrain that is very synonymous with, like, being beneficial for him. And he's just fallen behind, man. He's fallen behind. So there's about 40 turns left here. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Is there any potential victories here? Yeah, it's still 6 to 20. How the heck did he get freaking 20? Whatever. Oh, interesting. So maybe there's only... Is there only one religion in the game? There's only one religion in the game. That's what ended up happening. He ended up converting his own cities. That's what happened. He converted his own cities, and that's how he won the religious victory. Oh my gosh, that is actually hilarious. Wow, you gotta love the AI sometimes, man. All right, he's got the second one getting shot out. He currently has a 500-point lead. I think he still needs to get the win condition. I do think he needs the win condition. He's got nuclear subs already. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he has the tech. He definitely has enough tech right now to win the game. What's his yield? What's his total, like, what's he getting science per turn? 481? Probably a little less than what you want. Then again, we are playing on online speed, so you don't actually need as much tech to get through the tech tree. So, I don't know. Don't think anyone won the game, but we shall see here. Turn 131. Advance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities now. Still struggling here. 1, 2. God, that scared me. Special session. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And he's about to build 12. Looks like. Nope. Just 11. I wonder what this is. Natural disaster one? Probably. Yeah, probably another natural disaster one. I was thinking maybe a religious thing, but yeah. How close is he on that religious victory? 1 of 3 civs converted. Wait, that actually proves a very interesting point. So we've oftentimes, with this mod, theorized, and I've had comments with people being like, no one can win a religious victory because they can't convert you. Apparently that is not the case. Apparently you can win a religious victory with this mod. Okay, well that was actually worth noting. There you go. You can win a religious victory. Oh my God, cultist. Cultist invasion. My gosh, what are you trying to do there? I know you're winning right now, but I don't think you need that many cultists, man. 1294, 665. So 600 point lead. Little over 620. I mean... Oh God, and there's 7 turns left. He needed what, a 646, and he's at like 620 lead. My God. Wow, this is coming down to the wire here. This is coming down to the wire. This like legitimately is going to be within a couple hundred points. Okay, was not expecting that. He's actually shooting off the exoplanet. I don't think he's going to be able to get the win off because somehow he's going to have to like 2 turns or 1 turn freaking get it, 50 places. So yeah, there's no way he's actually going to be able to win it that way, which is unfortunate for him because the win would definitely guarantee the victory for him. All right, 150, 1397, 1210, 1397 to 1210 to 1210. Okay. All right, we're going to end the game here because I don't want to actually take another loss. Main menu. Okay. So let's start with the leader first. So currently, Bulmos Teddy had 2207. He just got another plus. Wait, he had 1210? Did he seriously catch up? Did I add that right? Because if he's only 100 points down, he clearly won. Was he seriously only 100 points down? What happened?
From the first stirring...
Was it 2397? Hold up. I just got to make sure I got my math right here, because this would be really embarrassing if I actually wrote down the wrong numbers. If it's 1397 to 1210, Bulmos Teddy won. And somehow he stormed back, and I have absolutely no idea how. 1397 to 710, 712. What the heck, Brian? 1397 to 712. I don't know where my numbers came from. 1397 to 712. Okay, that changes the game a little bit. All right, anyways, so we had 2207. Then to that, we're going to add 712. So Bulmos Teddy ended up with a total of 2919. I actually think that is enough to survive. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be just barely enough. So then we had 1564 plus 2919. So then, Rough Rider Teddy total is officially not that. Let's try that one more time. I ended up with like 4,000. 1564 plus 1397. All right, official total is 2961. Oh my God, he won. Rough Rider Teddy pulled it off. Let's math this one more time just to make sure I didn't screw this up. So 1564 plus 1397 is 2961. 2207 plus 712 is 2919. Wow. 2961 minus 2919. That means Rough Rider Teddy came back and won the game by 42 points. He was behind. He ended up losing the second game. The funny thing is, it probably was beneficial to it was definitely beneficial to Bulmos Teddy to win that second game because Rough Rider Teddy was starting to roll. He started having a really good game that time. He was winning. So being able to win and get an extra bonus points really was beneficial to Bulmos. So the fact that Rough Rider Teddy ended up winning that on the third map alone is actually kind of hilarious and amazing. So there you go. The first Civ, I guess, officially eliminated is going to be Bulmos Teddy. That means Rough Rider Teddy is now officially going to be in the game. So we'll go ahead and add him in there here in the future. And so then tomorrow we'll be back and we'll be doing the France and we'll see which one of the Frances makes it through. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button during the game, comment, share your support. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.